Nationwide's Peak 10 fixed index annuity has arrived. Peak 10 is designed to help provide a guaranteed lifetime income stream and offers protection against market losses. With Nationwide Peak 10, you'll benefit from the flexibility to choose 1 or 2-year terms, protection for a spouse through a joint option, and an immediate 10% penalty-free withdrawal. One of the attractive benefits of Peak 10 is its optional Bonus Income Plus rider, which includes a 20% bonus based on your principal, applied to your income benefit base. Plus, this rider provides an 8% simple interest roll-up for the first 10 years or until the first withdrawal. Call us now at 904-940-9555. That's 904-940-9555 to connect with a qualified advisor and discover how Peak 10 can help you plan now to retire with confidence later. Guarantees and protections referenced within are subject to the claims-paying ability of Nationwide Life and Annuity Insurance Company. Nationwide Peak 10 is issued by Nationwide Life and Annuity Insurance Company, Columbus, Ohio. Neither Nationwide nor its entities are associated or affiliated with your family bank.
Any examples used are for illustrative purposes only and do not take into account your particular investment objectives, financial situation, or needs, and may not be suitable for all investors. It is not intended to predict the performance of any specific investment and is not a solicitation or recommendation of any investment strategy. Welcome to the Your Family Bank Show with your host, Larry McLean. Larry and the Your Family Bank team seek to educate Americans just like you by providing real strategies for protecting and growing their hard-earned money. Get set for a show full of economic news and financial information affecting your bottom line. Larry wants you to reach the financial freedom you've worked so hard for. So now let's start the show. Here's Larry McLean.
All right, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Whenever you're listening to the podcast today, we appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Always hit the button to like us. That really gets our message out there, so we appreciate that. I got Matt, my favorite producer, out of Atlanta, Georgia, on the call today. Matt, how are you, buddy?
Hey, I'm doing great, Larry. I hope you are as well, sir. I know you've had a busy week.
By we had a busy day, I can tell you that. We were on the radio. We were on the TV this morning. We did I was called by our local TV in Jacksonville, Florida, to do a segment on Your Family Bank. That was fun. Saw a client at 9, 10, and 11. At 12 o'clock, we did the radio show. 1 o'clock, I did the all-call for our agents across the country. And here it is, 2 o'clock today. We are doing our podcast with you, my friend. So appreciate you and helping out as you always do. But yeah, we've had a busy week and a busy day for sure.
Yeah, it sounds that way. But I guess, we'll keep it going here, and you can't, because we can't let up now. You've got such a good head start on us. We can't let up on your.
Listen, we're all warmed up. We're all stretched out.
That's right.
We're ready to go. I'm stretched out more ways than one, buddy. I guarantee you that. So anyway. We're talking about Sunny Money. I love this, being in Florida. Sunny Money, how to improve your retirement outlook this summer. And so we're gonna plus answer some of our listeners' questions as well today. But one of the great things about being in Florida, we do have sunny weather, and we are already into summer for sure down here and in St. Augustine, Florida, World Golf Village. Right across the street from the world-famous Buc-ee's, number one, which, Matt, they're also building a Bass Pro Shop now right behind Buc-ee's, along with a Costco, and one half a block from here, they're putting in a Home Depot, for goodness sakes. We are going to be with the exit to get off of around here at World Golf Village here in St. Augustine, Florida, for sure.
Apparently, if you build it, they will come, and they better be coming, because
they're just coming like unbelievable. The traffic gear's getting like nuts.
And now for some financial wisdom. It's time for the quote of the week.
The time to repair a roof is when the sun is shining. John F. Kennedy said that. And boy, at the end of the day, I remember something growing up, John F. Kennedy and the Cuban crisis. And of course, the his assassination. We said this on the radio show, on the TV this morning too. That when John F. Kennedy was shot, where were you? And I guarantee you, most people can remember, if they were alive, certainly at that particular time where they were. I know I was in the 7th grade in Miss Harris's English class, which is the meanest teacher I ever had, Matt. But the good news is she taught me more than most teachers ever taught me. I can still conjugate a verb, say the Gettysburg Address to this day in regards to that. So things are happening with Mr. John F. Kennedy, great guy, but he says, fix the roof when it's sunny. That's the time to fix it. All right, 6 things you should do when your nest egg reaches $250,000, okay? So, Matt, we're going to talk about when your nest egg gets $250,000, we've got to, number 1, 6 things we need to do. Number 1, use the proper accounts to save for your retirement. That's number 1. Diversify beyond your job-related programs. So what we talked about there. Consider building assets outside traditional job-related programs like 401k to avoid future tax burdens. We talk about this a lot. Would you rather pay tax on the seed or on the harvest? I would rather pay it on the seed versus the harvest for sure. Matt, just to give you, and your listeners today, guys and ladies out there, if you will give us a call at 904-940-9555 or go on our website, yourfamilybank.org, either one of those. Give me your email. I promise you I won't use it, but for one reason is to give you some information back. We won't sell it, any of that stuff. But I will tell you this. I'll send you a link. If you'll just answer 3 simple questions, I can tell you what your tax situation will be in the future on your 401k, your IRA. If you have a qualified program, IRA, 401k, I'm going to ask you 3 questions. I'm going to say, number 1, what's your current balance? What do you think a good growth rate would be? And what do you think your tax liability will be? I'm talking about percentage. Will you be in a 20, 25, whatever? I'll just want you to answer the 3 questions. If you'll do that for me, I will send you back a report that will absolutely shock you and give you a way that you can reduce your taxes considerably. And I'll give you an example of that. I have a client out in California that has $3 million in his qualified account. I did the same thing. I sent him exactly what I'm talking about sending you. Came back. This is what we found out with him. His report says he had $3 million based upon a 5% growth rate and a 25% tax bracket. Based upon him starting to take his money out in RMDs, his tax liability is going to be $3,400,000 on $3 million. His tax liability, the 25% tax rate, is going to be $3,400,000 versus if we did some planning and plan where he could take a lot of that tax free, that tax bill would be $750. Now, $750, Matt's a lot of money. I get that, but it's a lot less than $3.4 million and giving most of that money to his kids tax free. So my point to you, ladies and gentlemen, listening to the call today or watching it, just send me 904-940-9555. I need your email address. Send you that link, answer 3 simple questions, and I will give you back a report that will help you out. Free of charge, no obligation whatsoever. You take a look at it. If you want to talk further, that's up to you, and we'll go from there. All right, so be mindful. Number 2, and the reason I say this, be mindful of taxes and how they will affect your future. Plan for future tax brackets because understand how withdrawals from your retirement account could place you in a higher tax bracket during retirement. Why, how could that be? Well, in most cases, Matt, let's consider a teacher for a second. Let's say a teacher, I don't know, she's a modest income. let's say she puts money in her 401 or 403B account. She has children and she has a house. So what happens when she retires? Her kids are gone, so no deduction there. Her mortgage is paid for, which is good, no deduction there. So she ends up and has no deductions. Now she gets a pension from, let's say, the state of Florida, but that's all taxable. And so let's say she has Social Security, and so how does she now she's got to take money out of her retirement, and how much money does she pull out of her 403B or 403B account? How much of that's going to be taxable? 100%. So there's ways though that you could create and balance your tax buckets, and we find that too many people are mostly invested in tax deferred retirement accounts, meaning that the IRS is a significant partner in your retirement. I tell Matt this question. I say, I want let's go in partnership together. You front all the money, Matt. You put up all the money. You take all the risk, and you do the job for 20 years, and then in 20 years, I'll come back and tell you how much you owe me. Do you think you want to go in business with me?
That does not sound like a good plan to me.
That's not a good plan for you, but that's exactly what we do for the government, right? I mean, you take all the risks, you do all the work, you put up all the money, and they're going to tell you, and they don't ask you how much money you're going to pay them when it's time to pay them. And that's how the government works. So you have to be careful on setting up the buckets that you need for your money to come out of. Tax deferred retirement account that are made with pre-tax contributions such as a 401k, traditional IRA, 403b, SEP, or simple IRA. They are all taxable investment accounts. So you need to make sure that you can create a situation that maybe it goes from a tax deferred to a taxable account, but more importantly, try to put yourself in a tax-free investments. Could include your holdings in a Roth IRA and even in a universal indexed life insurance policy. Remember, the Roth IRA and life insurance are the only two true tax-free investments out today. So it's important to get your 401k working as hard as you do, and we invite you to call us and receive a free 401k review so we can analyze your fees that you're paying, the risks that you're taking, the overall performance of your portfolio. So contact us today, 904-940-9555, or at our website, yourfamilybank.org. Put your information in and someone will contact you. Number 3, diversify whenever possible. Include various asset classes. Mix different types of investments like stocks, fixed index annuities, MYGA accounts, brokers, CDs, structured notes, real estate to manage risk and enhance your overall growth potential. Remember the saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket. The same is true when you're investing for your retirement. When you diversify your investments, you reduce the overall risk of loss. Number 4, incorporate steady income sources. Include annuities. Some annuities, such as variable annuities, have given the retirement planning tool a bad name. Fixed index annuities are sophisticated investments that can provide stable income and reduce a percentage of your portfolio's exposure to market fluctuations. Explore multiple income streams for your retirement, such as building a solid income plan. Starts by building income stream such as Social Security, pension income, personal pension, income from fixed index annuities, income from part-time work, rental income, and more, actually. Number 5, protect yourself against inflation. Regularly adjust your portfolio. Rebalancing your portfolio periodically is to maintain alignment with your inflation protection strategy. Stay invested. While some people fear the market fluctuations and result in ultra-conservative strategies like converting cash or to a bank CD, you should really start invested to protect your future buying power. Because guess what? Inflation is killing us up to 20% right now. Retirement savings tip. When you protect a portion of your hard-earned retirement savings with a fixed index annuity, you can let the rest of your portfolio stay invested so it has the potential to grow over time in the market. All right. So number 6, meet with your financial advisor professional who can help. Unfortunately, 92% of the people don't do that. Only 8% meet with financial professionals. Annual reviews, regular reviews, your investment strategy and retirement budget with a financial advisor professional to ensure proper diversification and your risk management. Set clear goals. Work with your advisor professional and measure goals of your retirement savings that they're measurable, right? So at the end of the day, you've got to be in a situation that, and Matt, here's the thing. Sometimes I ask, my client, so what are your goals financially? And sometimes I get like, I don't know. And I said, well, we need to know. Right? We're going to have a financial future. We got to plan it, right? We got to get some goals. We got to get there, right? One of those goals is get out of debt, and Your Family Bank helps you get out of debt. I tell people, we should be able to get out of debt 9 years or less, including the mortgage, without spending any additional money than they're spending right now. We can help you do that as we go. So one of those things is to get you out of debt, put you in position to build your financial future. And one of the great things about Your Family Bank is that we build wealth while getting you out of debt. And that's great. We take liabilities and turn them into assets.
Want to know where your hard-earned money is going? It's time for an inflation demonstration.
We talk a lot about inflation, and we talk about, an update of May 24. Target lowers prices to help fight inflation. Target is reducing prices in approximately 5,000 basic items, including food, beverage, household essentials. The reduction will apply to both national brands and Target's own brands. 1,500 items have already been seeing price reduction. The plan to extend these cuts to a total of 5,000 products. The price cuts are additional to Target's commitment to competitive, everyday low prices. The price cuts are as a response to inflation impacting household budgets, prompting consumers to be more cautious with their spending. Target report a 1.7% decline in annual sales, the first in 7 years, attributed to inflation and higher credit cards. I was in Best Buy the other day, and Matt, and I can also say this. I seen that reflection in their stock also, because I do have some Best Buy stock. But I was in Best Buy the other day, and I have a phone protector screen on my phone, and I'm very, very tough on a phone, and I have a lifetime replacement with this phone protector, and this is my fifth one. I get it for free. I was going to give my telephone number. They give me a free one every time I walk in there. But I was telling the guy, I says, man, your stock's killing me right now. And he said, well, look around. He said, no one's coming in, no one's shopping, and that's because of people. And we'll talk about that why in just a minute. But that tells you people are just not doing what they need to do in regards to that. So high inflation is placing considerable financial strains on U.S. household, increasing, number one, cost of essentials like food and rent. Inflation has increased by nearly 20% since President Biden took office in 2021. Grocery prices have surged 21% since early 21. Shelter costs such as rent, housing up by 18.3%. And energy prices have seen the most dramatic of rise of 38.4% in the last year. That's crazy, Matt. I mean, I know you see it at the gas station like I do, right?
Yeah, it's a bit of sticker shock pretty much anytime you drive by. And it fluctuates so much too. I mean, obviously gas prices are one of the more volatile things, but it's almost like a guessing game sometimes. How high is it going to be? Or is it not going to be as bad as I think? It's a little bit disconcerting.
Yeah, I agree. So the average U.S. household now spends, get this, an additional $227 per month compared to last year due to inflation. I mean, I can't even believe I just said that. $227 per month increase. compared to last year. I mean, the public outcry right now is unbelievable, and I don't think no one's listening. It seems like, I think the public confidence in President Biden handling the economy is low, with only 38% of voters expressing confidence in his economic decisions, according to a recent Gallup poll. So if you got questions on your 401k, taxes, how to reduce those, how to have more income, give us a call, 904-940-9555, or go on our website, yourfamilybank.org. Put your information in. We can schedule a complimentary consultation. No charge whatsoever. No obligation on your side. You just got to give us a call, go on the website, and let's talk. All right, so let's talk about Mythbusters, debunking 5 common financial misconceptions. All right, so misconception number 1, employer matching doesn't matter. Well, the problem is many do not fully utilize or understand how the employer match in retirement plan, which can significantly increase retirement savings. Example, if you contribute, let's say $1,000 a month to your 401k and your employer matches 50% up to 6% of your salary, this could mean an additional $6,000 per year. I mean, that's great for you, right? I mean, an extra $6,000 that the company will put in for you. So take action, maximize your contributions, take full advantage of employment matches, review your plan details, and adjust your contributions to meet and maximize your match. Number 2, misconceptions. And I hear this a lot, Matt. Annuities are bad. Well, the problem, annuities are often misunderstood, number 1. And by the way, there's bad in everything out there. Annuities have bad stocks. There's nothing that does bad people. I mean, me and you are not mad bad, but there are bad people out there, right? There are some bad people out there at the end of the day, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. People are, looking to take advantage of certain situations. They've got maybe their own agendas to push when they're talking about certain things as well, and looking to make you part ways with your hard-earned money, and that's not what it should be about. That's and that's not what you do at your family bank either. You want people to keep more of their money, not take it from them.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that when somebody says, "Well, people say like I know Dave Ramsey and Susie Orman, a lot of these annuities are bad. Well, or Fisher Investments, they do a lot of that. I mean, you know what? I mean, that's like saying, well, all stocks are bad. Well, you can't say that. I mean, when we have a client, and sometimes annuities fit, sometimes they don't. But here's what I can tell you: when a client sits down with us, we're going to run a lot of top 10 companies, and we're trying to look for the best situation for that particular client in regards to that. So such annuities, like variable annuities, are not ideal and have given annuities a bad name. Example, if you invest in an annuity that guaranteed income for life, essentially creating a personal pension for yourself, some of the best options currently available include immediate bonuses and survivor benefits. What are we talking about? I mean, some of the companies out there today, Nationwide would be one of those companies that we work with a lot. There's a 20% bonus that they add to the income side of the fence, if you will. So what does that mean? I put $100,000 in. Now I have $120,000 on the income benefit if I decide to take income. And by the way, it can be on myself and my wife. So if something happens to me, my wife gets it. If something happens to my wife, I get it. And it doesn't even matter if it's an IRA or a non-qualified account. So the survivor benefit, they come into that, and even the benefits, and leave it to the kids. So take action. Consider if an annuity fits your retirement strategy for steady income. Consult with a financial professional who can show you differently annuity options that you can create a personal pension to serve as an additional income stream for your retirement. All right, number two. Well, did you know that you can reduce the risk in your portfolio and establish a personal pension that creates a lifetime income stream with just one simple strategy? Misconception number three: Social Security benefits are finite. They're not. Okay. The problem is there's confusion about the longevity of Social Security benefits. They are designed to last a lifetime. Even though the program is facing funding challenges, Social Security recipients should expect their monthly Social Security checks to come as long as they live. That may be true, but they may be reducing that if something's not done in the near future. But an example being that benefits can be claimed as early as age 62, but delaying benefits increase their size up to age 70. Right now, that under current situation, they go about up 8% per year. So by delaying that each year, you can look at your benefit by going up 8% for your Social Security. So take action, plan your Social Security claim strategy, optimize the benefits. Remember, if you are married and when the first spouse passes away, you will lose a smaller of the two Social Security checks coming into the household each month. There's a gap there that you have to plan for in regards to that. Misconception number four: I'm not going to live to my 80s or 90s, forget 100. Problem: many underestimate their life expectancy, impacting retirement savings planning. Plus statistics, the average life expectancy post 65 now is 18 years with which variation between genders. Misconception number five: Medicare covers all my health care needs in retirement. Problem is, misunderstanding about Medicare coverage can lead to unexpected out-of-pocket health care costs. Example: Medicare Part A is generally free, but it doesn't cover all expenses. Average out-of-pocket cost can be significant in regards to that. Take action. Plan for additional health care expenses when not covered by Medicare. Evaluate the need for a Medigap or Medicare Advantage plan, and consider a health care savings account, HSA account, to cover future costs. Give us a call, 904-940-9555. If not calling us, get with your financial advisor, and give with that person. And, with time on your side, there's a lot you can do to improve your financial future. But you got to do it. You have to take the step. You can't listen. We do this podcast every week and most times. And at the end of the day, I'm just telling you, you got to call in to get the help. You got to call and make that call. All right. Here's some questions from listeners segment that we here in St. Augustine, Florida. So let me give you a couple of these questions. Number one: can you explain the difference between a Roth IRA and a traditional IRA? Which one is better for someone who is currently in their 40s? All right, Linda from here in St. Augustine asked that question. I think the difference is, we just talked about that. Would you rather pay the tax on the seed or the harvest? With a Roth, you're going to pay the tax on the seed. You're not going to get a deduction for it, okay? But you're going to be able to take it out tax-free in the future. So if you're Linda, what we're saying to you is this: it's better to go to a Roth than it is traditional in regards to take that money out. Now, depending on what your income is, Linda, if you're making, I think, over $160,000, you can't. You don't get a deduction, nor would you get the benefits of you can't even do a Roth in regards to that. So depends again. There's some guidelines in what you do, but I think the Roth is always going to be the best situation because it's tax free. Number two: what are the most common mistakes you see people make when planning for retirement, and how can I avoid them? I've worked for the past 30 years to build up my nest egg, and I'm worried about potentially making mistakes. That's David here from St. Augustine. David, here's my answer to that. The biggest mistakes that I've seen people make as far as building up their nest egg is not being diversified. Number one, I think you got to have diversification. We talked about that for a few minutes ago. You need to have different buckets doing. I think you need to have a tax deferred bucket, but I think you need to have a tax free bucket. I think you need to have an investment bucket that's hedge against inflation in regards to that. I think you have to have all three of those buckets. But I said more importantly than that, David, I think getting out of debt is probably one of the best things that you can do for retirement, and take some of those assets or those liabilities and turn them into assets. So I think that's the common mistakes that I see. Number three, I'm 50 years old, but hadn't started savings for retirement yet. I make a good living, 6 figures in the last 10 years. Is it too late for me to start? And what steps should I take to catch up? Well, first of all, there's a catch-up option over 50 years old. So Michael, you're here in St. Augustine also. There is a catch-up option that you can put more into an IRA than everybody else since you're over 50. When's the best time to plant a tree? 10 years ago. When's the best next time? Right now. So absolutely, you can start right now. And I'm telling you, Michael, if you own your own business now, if you own your own business, I'm telling you right up front, dude, there's so much stuff that you can do to catch up. We did a pension program for our company, and I'm just giving you a personal side on this. I did a pension plan for our company, and personally, I was able to put away $250,000 a year in our program. That's way above what an IRA or 401k or anything else will allow you to do. If you're a business owner, especially if you're a family-owned business, there is so much that you can do in a family-owned business we could help you with. So we did that for myself. Best thing we ever did in regards to that. All right, number 4, I'm considering early retirement. I work as a registered nurse at a major hospital, and I feel like it taking a toll on my health. What are the financial implications of retiring at 55 instead of 65? Well, Karen, a couple of things. Number one, depending what you're doing as far as your investment side, your 401k, what the plan allows you to do. A lot of time taking money out of an account at under the age of 59 and a half, you have to consider there's some early withdrawal penalties that you have to consider, and also taxes in regards to that. Social Security would come into that situation. Remember, you can't do Social Security until you get to 62, so that's kind of out. So you're going to have to be able to pull out money for, let's say, at 55 to 59, that's 4.5 years. We may have to pull some money from different places, but that's what planning is all about. Is okay, can I retire early? The answer is maybe. And can it get better? And the answer is probably, because that 59 and a half is a major issue. Now, can we get around that 59 and a half? There is a way that you can do that. There's a couple of different ways that you can do that. But it all takes planning. You got to do planning for sure. All right, fifth question. How can I calculate the amount of money I will need monthly during retirement? How does inflation affect this calculation? Well, Robert, we've never seen an inflation like we had here in the last couple of years, right? So hopefully that's not going to happen every single year, 20% inflation for sure. 2% maybe, right, in regards to that. But how much money are you going to need? First of all, you got to look at your living expenses. You got to look at housing, transportation, food, utilities. You have to look at your basic needs first. You got to get those covered. Number 2, now you're going to look at, your wants. You got your needs and you got your wants, right? I want to travel. I want to go on a cruise every year. I want to do this. I want to do that. I got to have a new car every 4 or 5 years, whatever. All those things have to be considered as we go through this and do calculations. But most importantly, the best thing I could do is, Robert, is get you out of debt. And that need for retirement will be a lot less because you're not taking that money and putting the debt service in regards to that situation. So that's what I would tell you. Sit down with us here. We would map out that plan and give you a plan and find out exactly what you're going to need for income and plan on how you're going to get that income. And number 6, should I pay off my mortgage before I retire? Or is it better to keep the mortgage and invest the money elsewhere? Susan, I would tell you all day long is to pay off your mortgage. I think there's a specific way you should do it. Paid off debt, period, is great. Mortgage debt, I'm just telling you, most people don't understand what the interest that they're really paying on that mortgage debt. So at the end of the day, absolutely, I would tell you, my opinion would be pay that debt off. Other people some of the experts out there would argue with me on that, but I will tell you this. If I had a couple sitting in my office right now and to show that husband and wife to pay that house off, I guarantee you that wife will be all about that because she's all about security and family, right, to pay that house off. So should you pay it off before you retire? Absolutely. We got a way to make that happen in usually 7 to 9 years or less going forward. All right. What are some of the strategies for minimizing taxes on a retirement income? Nancy, great question. Roth conversion, I think you should definitely look at that. We can run some numbers and give you calculations and show you side by side. If I leave my money in my 401k IRA, maybe if I move it to a Roth, what's the differences? How is it going to have a difference in regards to that? We can show you and a very simple report to make that happen for you. All right. Number 8, how do I know if my current advisor is really looking out for my best interest? My portfolio has had very bad performance in 2022 and still hasn't recovered to where it was at before. Well, Gary, that's a great question, right? And my answer to that great question is this. You need to have a second opinion done. What does the second opinion do? Well, number one, it's going to look at your portfolio. We're going to do a stress test of that portfolio. We're going to lay it out there and find out what kind of risk that you're taking. Also, the risk that you're taking, what kind of fees are you paying to take that risk? And so I think with that report, you would be able to decide whether or not your advisor is looking out for your best interest or not. All right, so we're looking at all the questions. How retirees feel about retirement. How many are living the dream? Well, only 4% of current retirees claim that they are living the dream. Only 4%, according to the survey by Schroders. An equal percentage, 4%, feel that they are living a nightmare, highlight significant dissatisfaction with their retirement. And the majority of retirees are in the middle ground. 44% feel comfortable, 34% are neither satisfied or dissatisfied, and 15% are struggling. The primary concern, though, for 89% of respondents is inflation, diminishing the value of their assets. Other major worries include high healthcare costs, potential major downturns, uncertain income, fear of outliving their assets, their debt. The National Institute of Retirement Security suggests that retirement savings crisis is already here, exacerbated by a decline of private sector defined benefit pension plans. I'm just telling you right now, this private sector defined benefit plans are fantastic for, again, family-owned businesses. Future retirees are less likely to have pension income, increasing their financial vulnerability due to insufficient savings. You got to have some stools, legs on that stools to hold up that retirement, right? You got to make that happen regardless of that. I want to finish up with this, Matt. The national debt is $34 trillion. $34 trillion. This gives concern for Medicare and Social Security, certainly, on the national debt. So if you think about this, every taxpayer, if you divide that by every taxpayer in America, every taxpayer would owe $266,000 to the government to pay that out, regardless of that. So we talk about that national debt, but our personal debt is $17 trillion, half of that. So we're better than half the government, but we're still $17 trillion in debt. So what do we do about it, Matt? Listen, the cry is I feel like sometimes I'm in a boat out there in the middle of the ocean, just grabbing a person at a time, pulling them in the boat, saving them, right? Because we're trying to show them, says, listen, you're paying more in interest than you think you're paying. You can take your liabilities and turn them into assets, and in most cases be a millionaire. At the same time, it would be to pay off your debt. Why wouldn't you want to do that on the same dollars you're spending in regards to that? So, I know we're up against time, Matt, but I wanted to share with you that at the end of the day, you got to make a call. You got to make a contact. This is a contact sport. You got to contact us, either 904-940-95 or yourfamilybank.org. Put your information in and we'll contact you. There's so many ways we can help you, so many different ways. I'm not smart about a lot of things, but I'm really, really smart about this stuff. I know I don't look smart, but I am. And I'm just telling you, we can help you if you give us the opportunity. No obligation to call, no obligation to do an analysis, to give you some information back. We don't charge you one penny. We hope that our job is to hopefully make you a client, but that's going to be up to you. And if we bring the value and we're able to do it, then we hope to be your guy going forward. So, Matt, have a good day, buddy. I appreciate it. God bless everybody. We hope you all have Memorial Days coming up here. I'm going to be off, Matt, for a couple of weeks, actually. My kids are coming in from Colorado, so I won't be here next week or the following week. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you up front, since my secretary would beat me over the head if I don't tell you. So I'm letting you know up front, all right?
Well, thank you. I enjoy the time with the family, and we'll see you then in a couple of weeks there, Larry.
Okay, buddy. Have a great day, everyone. God bless everyone. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the Your Family Bank Show with your host, Larry McLean. You deserve to work with an experienced financial professional who has a track record of helping clients exceed their financial goals by helping them eliminate debt and implementing safe and proven strategies. To schedule your free, no-obligation consultation with Larry, visit yourfamilybank.org.
Nationwide's P10 fixed indexed annuity is designed to help protect and grow your savings to generate income you can never outlive. P10 also has an optional rider that offers an immediate 20% bonus based on your principal applied to your income benefit base. Call us now at 904-940-9555. That's 904-940-9555 to connect with a qualified advisor. Guarantees and protections referenced within are subject to the claims-paying ability of Nationwide Life and Annuity Insurance Company. Nationwide P10 is issued by Nationwide Life and Annuity Insurance Company, Columbus, Ohio. Neither Nationwide nor its entities are associated or affiliated with Your Family Bank.